back. Ah.
Hey guys, I'm here for a little bit before Newsy News, and then you guys can be on the replay crew.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's very nice of you. And Jesus, your mic is... No, you're an automatic. It's my headphones. I turned it up
Oh,
because
sorry.
something was... No, it's my headphones that was on very high. Hello, everybody. And I see Science Man, Melissa, Dave, Sharfos, and a bunch of other people. And hello over at... Toddly Pip. Second comment today, but I don't see who's the first. No idea. Hello, everybody. You over at Rumble. Yes, I am also covering this on Rumble. I will post... Oh, crap. I said I would post, not...
You sound like me. What am I doing and how did I get here?
Yes.
Yep.
And let's see here. Boom, boom, boom. And it is now pinned at the top. So, and over there is Nikki K, who says hello in the chat. Okay. So we have a bunch of people. The vote on how late they were today. You will have time to vote because the last witness, they broke off the testimony from yesterday to today because of, the Eurovision thingy that happened yesterday. And we will hear if anything is done about it. Spoiler, no, we won't. This judge will take this. I mean, he will dig, if a juror dies, he will dig that one up and throw it into the jury box.
I have a feeling that they'd be like, we noticed that you were assigned jury duty in your state of origin. We would like to conscript you to Georgia for this RICO case.
Yeah,
and I'd
you
be
will
like,
be
for
paid
$25?
$25. Yeah, $25. We won't give you lunch, and we won't endorse your travel.
I don't even get a cafeteria coupon. What the heck?
Yeah, I mean, he said something of the sort once you are in deliberation. That's okay. Next Christmas.
Borowski got them Italian food. For the love of all that is Cheetos.
Yeah,
that's what we need. Borowski down here. Borowski would have said, Miss Love, you have got 5 minutes to get your shit together. Chambers, now.
Yeah. And that would have been wonderful. But Miss Love has been missing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And
has she pulled a Judge Gull? She's sick now. Their face is falling apart.
I don't know. But I do believe she was back today. And so the lead prosecutor just randomly takes 3 days off her RICO case. Seriously. Yeah. But what else? Yeah, all the YouTube things. Thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. And there are Jingles Viking merch in the store now. One example of that is this. Well, somewhat this. Let's see. Oop. Hey, why don't it change? There. That, somewhat. Jesus Christ, that was, that is my end picture. Whatever. There is merch in the store. You can see it out. But we are here for the Young Thug trial. We will begin with the first part of what's his name now again? Clifford Henry. Because why not have your child have two first names? And one of them is it Clifford or Radford? I don't remember. Radcliffe. Yeah, some of it is. Yeah. Sardonisms. Did Rick Allen get his lawyer back? No, not yet. It's up. It's on the Indiana Supreme Court to take the decision, and that should show up in a couple of weeks, hopefully. But okay, that is that. So let's continue with whatever his name was.
Sounds like a plan.
TLI. First name Radcliffe, Radclif. Last name Henry, Henry.
And where are you going?
City of Atlanta Police Department.
And you can speak with the jury, or speak to the jury. How long have you worked with AG?
Over 6 years.
And what is your current assignment?
Patrol officer.
And are you assigned to a particular zone?
Yeah, Zone 6.
And where is Zone 6? Where is Zone 6?
Off in Kirkwood area, 2025 was it, L. Williams Drive.
And where else does it cover? What else does it cover?
It covers Old Fort Ward, Pond City Market, Boulevard Parkway, Grand Park, Madonna Boulevard, Moreland Avenue, close to Summerhill Park.
Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, what time is it? Oh, before the 8-minute mark.
Out of Summerhill. Edgewood area.
Don't start buffering on
That's a
me.
very big zone.
And on the southern side of Zone 6, what zone neighbors Zone 6?
What neighbor?
What zone is the neighboring zone to Zone 6?
Kirkwood.
What zone is the neighboring zone to Zone 6?
Oh, the neighboring zone is going to be Zone 3.
And are you post certified?
Yes, ma'am.
And if you could tell the jury a little about your job history within that police department over the last.
Still, yeah. I really can't find. But Jesus Christ, what's going on? I've been online for minutes.
I'm a City of Atlanta police officer working FOD, then I get field operation division. Then I get moved to field investigation team where I'm currently assigned to now.
And it was both your time with FOD and FIT while you were Zone 6?
Yes, ma'am.
And what are your job responsibilities as a FIT officer in Zone 6?
To enforce the law in the state of Georgia and also to enforce the law in the actual zone where I work in through the city of Atlanta. That's my duty.
Okay. I want to take you back to May.
What the actual F? Okay, switching from router to mobile phone.
Is this police officer from the Caribbean, or did that ever, I mean, not that it makes any difference, but
Why? Oh, there it is.
I just thought I heard a Caribbean sort of accent, but
Okay, I changed from router to mobile internet. I can't wait to get my fiber installed. It will. I talked to the installer, and he can do it somewhere between now and end of February. He will give me a day's notice, sort of.
I like to. So when I am queen of the universe, and I don't know when that will happen, all people that have to give you a time period will be legally required to tell you it will be between now and FU.
Yeah.
Just for sake of honesty. Truth in advertising.
Truth in advertising, yeah. Let's see if it works better.
What unit in Zone 6 were you working in May of 2018?
What unit? I was a patrol officer, 2018.
And back in 2018, specifically on May 25th, 2018, what shift were you working?
I was working evening watch at the time.
And what time is evening watch?
Evening watch scheduled from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. or 3 p.m. to 11 p.m.
And taking to May 25th, 2018, did you have a case to be dispatched to 451 Cherokee Avenue?
Yes, ma'am.
And at what time were you dispatched?
8:01 p.m.
And is 451 Cherokee Avenue within Wilson County?
Yes, ma'am.
And why were you dispatched to that location?
So I dispatched to that location based on the original call came up as multiple people being shot over there by Grand Park, which is one of the biggest parking now over there in Zone 6. So that was the reason why I was dispatched to that location. Come up as shots fired inside the park.
Okay. Now, did you ever make it to the park?
No, I never make it to the park.
Remember this, there was a shooting in a park. This officer never got to the park. I wonder why. This is strange, but we will hear more about it. Why he never got it to the park.
I am intrigued.
And why they actually have to mention the park. Oh, for the love of ostbågar.
If it's in Swedish, it doesn't count as a curse.
You have to be freaking kidding me. Do I have to go over to Edge again? I guess so. All right. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Hold on.
He got another pair. Mr. Steele owns 2 pair of those god-awful glasses. So there is, if you guys are deeply, deeply interested in what Mr. Young Thug is wearing, there is a person on X who documents the price and collection of his sweatshirts. I am still waiting with bated breath for him to bring back the ascot since he has to cover up his necular area. I am hoping for a full, ascot. I think he could bring it back. I'm hoping we've got 9 months, 3 years, however long it takes. I'm hoping for an ascot. Fry's like, I'm asleep. I'm done. But apparently the sweater that looked like it was covered in bleach or had a bleach accident was $2,000. And I was like, I have that in my collection too. It's called I Cleaned with Bleach for $5.
Information had been put out that might interfere with the trial. And so I brought it to his attention, Sergeant Ingram. And as I remember,
Um,
8:01 p.m.
And is 451 Cherokee Avenue within Wilson County?
Yes, ma'am.
And why were you dispatched to that location?
So I dispatched to that location based on the original call came up as multiple people being shot over there by Grand Park, which is one of the biggest parking now over there in Zone 6. So
Now we are at
that was the reason why I was dispatched to that location. Come up as shots fired inside the park.
Okay. Now, did you ever make it to the park?
No, I never make it to the park.
What happened that you did not make it to the park?
So while on the way to the call, the call upgrade to a person, victim being shot. So they gave a full description of individual, some individual that was possibly the suspect at the time.
Possibly
So
the suspect.
at that location that you gave me, that's where I made contact with that individual, where I stopped him where he fit the description of that subject. I stopped him and stepped on a patrol car, trying to have a conversation. Then he took off running.
What was the description that you were looking for?
The description I given over the radio was a black male wearing a black with a hoodie.
Okay. And
Well, there's only like
description
one of
in
those in Georgia.
The description in Atlanta, Georgia was black man with a black hoodie.
That narrows it down.
Now, what do you think are the odds that this particular person he stopped was the perpetrator of the shooting?
You know, I think we're the wrong panel.
Yeah. Let's just go on.
I have been at that point.
As soon as I stepped on my patrol car and I identified myself and said, "Hey, can I talk to you?" He took off running.
And what happened once he took off running?
As he took off running, I started to run and chasing. While I was chasing him, he pulled out a firearm, tossed the firearm on the ground. I picked up the firearm real quick.
So he took off running. So the cop, can I talk to you? So far, all he has is this description: black man, black hoodie.
Mm-hmm.
And this person matched somewhat that description?
Yes.
Now, so he took off running, tossed the gun. So far, everything, okay. Reasonable. Maybe.
Make it safe, put it in the pocket, continue running. Apparently the suspect, maybe half a mile, detain him, take him into custody.
Okay. And you said that you picked up the firearm and made it safe. What does that mean?
I make it safe because I don't know the status of the weapon, whether if it is loaded, if it is around in the chamber, or it has some type of malfunction. So I make it safe for myself.
Mrs. Kriegriff.
As you
It's in the chat. Hi, Mrs. Kriegriff.
did you end up detaining that person? Did you end up catching up to the
Yes, I catch him. I apprehend him.
You apprehended him. Like, what happened once you apprehended him?
Apprehended him, put him in cuffs. I asked him if he okay. I asked him if he needed any type of medical attention. Then I asked him why was he running. Yeah, that's the question I asked him.
Okay. Was there a response?
No, he was tired.
Okay. And you were tired or he was tired?
He was tired.
All right. Now, after you detained him and you asked why were you running, what happens next?
I bring him back to my patrol car. And when I bring him back to my patrol car,
And Dave is in the chat. Hey, Dave.
I run the weapon
You have the
on
link.
ACIC to verify the firearm if it is stolen.
And
And the firearm came back stolen out of Winder Police Department. I was
Okay, the gun came back as stolen. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So far,
but so
no-
now you still only have this person for resisting and a stolen firearm. He
Yeah.
could or could not be linked to anything. So,
Yeah, most of
Okay.
this will be more clear in cross-examination, but let's listen to his direct examination. Or the
from
first part of it.
Sorry, Winder, is that Winder?
Winder.
Winder, Georgia?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
It was stolen in Winder, Georgia,
Winder, Georgia, what happened next?
which is about an hour
Confirmation
from
also
Atlanta.
confirmed,
oh,
I asked the individual about the weapon again, Amerindizing.
Oh, did you? Before we go there.
Yes.
It is sidebar counter 33. And this is by the way, this is still day
Ladies and
7
gentlemen,
we are on.
I'm
We
gonna go
will
ahead and
get
just
to
recess you. Let's just take a break. It'll take about 15 minutes, and then everybody can stretch and use the facilities, and we'll see.
Yeah, that was the end of day 7, so it wasn't particularly long. Now, let's see what the vote was on. How late do you think the court was today? Ending poll, yeah. 5% thought 15 minutes, 8% said 30 minutes, 25% said 45 minutes, and 60% thought 1 hour. Let's see what is correct. Hold on a second. For freak's sake, what's going on now? It was 33 minutes late.
Well, they're improving slightly.
Yeah, and this on a court day that was only a half day, and the judge said, let's reconvene 9:30 so we can start 10 a.m. They did not start 10 a.m. I mean, I don't know what goes on before the camera is on, but this is just simply ridiculous.
I'm telling you, the judge is going to fit all of them with GPS monitors. He's going to treat them like parolees.
Yeah, but let's see here where we begin.
Council's interested parties. We're back on the record in the matter of the state of Georgia versus Khalif Adams et al. 22 SC 183572. Mr. Stillwell, Mr. Boston, Mr. Sharp.
Yeah, roll call.
Officer Henry on. Yes, Your Honor. Good morning, Police Officer Matthews, on behalf of Mark Wade. Your Honor, we currently have Officer Henry on.
He's coming back.
Yes.
From yesterday.
Yeah, he's coming back from yesterday.
Let's see if the microphone works.
Mr. Huey, as the court is aware, entered a no temporary reducer.
So he put the microphone still on the table.
I'll make a decision on whether or not
It's on, but here's the thing: if you don't talk into it at that distance, it won't help.
Be nice to him. Maybe they didn't have microphones when he started at law, but he is in a sharp suit and he looks very, very put together.
He is a good lawyer.
But the irony that he moved the microphone closer to him.
Self-serving matter. It is a self-authenticating document, so that is not a matter.
6 defendants.
It is self-authenticating. That is.
It's not self-serving, it's self-authenticating.
Did you go to law school in Guam? I'm just asking for a friend.
This is so stupid. I don't know what to say. It's not self-serving, it's self-authenticating. Yeah, that's self-serving. Each lawyer can do a cross-examination. Usually only 2 or 3 people do cross-examinations. Let's see what happens with the judge.
Is not the basis of the objection if there is one to be made. So what we are looking into, I've already advised Mr. Matthews, but in the event that he does choose to introduce it, we will impose the objection at the appropriate time, but we're looking into that matter.
All right, madam. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. And we'll summon our jurors, please. All right.
Yeah, it's actually day 4. Week 2, day 4. This is trial day number 8, and there are 33 sidebars.
Henry outside.
Don't ask me to do math.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So I think it's 4 sidebars per day, or a little over 4 sidebars per day.
Just get him on the ready, please.
Something like that. I don't know. Yeah. Yuri gets in there. By the way, tomorrow I will be streaming live
Please be seated.
from court as it starts. And they say it starts 1 p.m.
Thank you,
Eastern
sir.
time. That's the claim.
Yeah, have a seat. All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. All right, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to finish with Officer Henry here, and then once we finish, we'll see where the day leads us at this point in time. So at this point, Ms. Hilton or Ms. Love, you may resume your examination.
I don't
at
have
this
an
point in time.
objections
I'm just
counter
reminding
because
Officer Henry, you
it's a
still on the roll,
lot.
Okay?
Yes,
All
sir.
right, thank you, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, ma'am.
You good?
Yes, ma'am.
So where we left off yesterday is, you have retrieved the gun, you picked up, and you take off.
Prosecutor Love is back on this day. I have... I had him boosted as well. Sorry.
And once you ended up apprehending him, did you get a name for the individual?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and what was the name that you,
Marquavius Yui.
and did he have a date of birth?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you remember what his date of birth is?
Do you mind if I look at my
Cops reading from the reports.
to confirm his date of birth?
I'm gonna give you another.
You can only memorize that much from your report before you see yourself on the stand. Yeah, it moves. It takes time. So technically it's going anywhere.
as the state's exhibit of identification.
Yes, Your Honor, the state's gonna mark it as 169R.
Thank you.
And how about that? The report from this cop that he put together for this trial. I wonder if these guys actually saw it.
Yeah, I wonder if they got it in discovery or if it changed mysteriously.
Mm.
It was amended.
Mm.
He amended something.
But all microphones pick up the paper. You hear every paper turn.
Thank you.
That's a tall woman.
Permission to approach Your
Well,
Honor.
she's
Hey,
also
ma'am,
wearing
madam.
like 5-inch heels.
I'm gonna show you what's gonna mark our identification person 169R. Do you first recognize 169R?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is 169R? Is that your police report?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, I have it here with me. That was all accident.
Yes, but I have to give you the copy that the defense counsel has seen.
Oh, okay.
Look, that says still a 169R, but I have a fresher memory as to the date of birth of Mr. Marquez, who was arrested back in May of 2018.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, did it refresh your memory?
Yes, ma'am.
What was the date of birth?
3/10/1996.
And what type of gun did you recover?
Glock 19, 9mm.
A black Glock 19?
It was like it was a black. I think you have a little bit of silver on it.
I'm sorry.
I think it's black and silver, but most of it is black.
You may.
Yeah. The Glock is standard black. So
Well, at least he didn't bedazzle it with his name.
yeah. Well, inspecting the actual gun.
Miss Kagriff, I think
I'm gonna show you what's
because
been
of
marked and just shown to the
shenanigans with the media, they are now allowing witnesses to decide whether they want to be on camera or not.
Yeah, and most of the cops says no. The scientists and the clerks and the office workers, they don't. They put their face out there. But the cops, in all their bravery, please hide me. Please hide me. Yeah, it's... yeah. Yeah, let's just keep listening or watching.
155M. Tell me if you recognize this as a 155M.
I mean, open it.
Yes.
Yeah, they've doxed the front row of the jurors, and they still haven't told the jurors.
No.
Most of these cops, if you actually do a search on their name,
How do you recognize it?
they have an online presence. So this is completely unnecessary.
And what's the serial number?
Sam Yankee Nancy 195.
Slow it down. Say that again one more time.
It's gonna be
I agree, John, with the situation, US being against cops. They don't want to be on camera. I agree. I wouldn't want to be on camera as well. But everybody else is. The 911 dispatcher on camera. The experts on camera. They doxed the front row of the jurors and haven't told them. But the cops can choose to not be on camera. And here's the thing. The judge tells the media, please do not film this cop in front of the jury. Why? I mean, for me, that is speaking to danger for the cops, and it is. But don't do it in front of the jury. They are supposed to be looking at these men as innocent before proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. But when the judge says this might be dangerous for them to show their face, then he announces to the jury, these guys are dangerous. And yeah, most law enforcement do a good job. In this trial, we hear interesting means of investigations. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyone in the courtroom can see them.
And the one person that we all want to see on camera, the service dog, has yet to be filmed.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can show the jury, but Jack's the service dog. We can't find the puppy.
Yeah.
It's just mean.
Judge has a black Labrador service dog because of his PTSD since his time in the army. So he's behind the judge's desk, and he's there. I mean, we need a doggy cam in court.
I think the judge is going to relent at some point and realize everyone's going to need therapy.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yankee Nancy 195.
Is that SYN 195?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And also, is there any other identifying information on any tag that identifies that this is the gun that you recovered back?
Kerfuffle is back. Hi.
Yeah.
Northern New Brunswick, Canada.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's black and silver. Yes, that's the weapon.
Okay. And does this red tag identify the item that you recovered back in May of 2018?
Yeah, this other tag that we tagged being stolen.
Okay. And does this have your unit number on there as you are the person that recovered this item back in May of 2018?
No, my unit number is not on the tag.
Where it says recovered by?
Oh, isn't it? That's weird. Isn't that... what's the name again? The evidence... chain of evidence? Chain of custody? Oh, God.
Oh, yes, it is. I'm sorry.
Okay, so does it say
Yes.
recovered by your unit
Yes, ma'am.
number?
Yes, ma'am.
And what was your unit number back?
7062.
And you're at this
Okay.
time?
He
And
had
does
a
it appear
unit
to
number.
have been destroyed in any way? Does it appear to be the weapon you recovered?
No, it's yes, it's in workable condition.
You're at this time say like Senator Stacey's exhibit 155M into evidence.
Any objection to states 155M? All right, states 155M is admitted and may be published as you see fit.
Thank you, Your Honor. And again, do you recall where this gun was stolen out of?
It was stolen out of Winder Police Department.
Now, in preparation for your testimony, have you had the opportunity to refresh your memory as to the image of the person that
Interesting.
you arrested for?
That's interesting. Young Thug has a song with lyrics like "Mama told me not to hate the law, everybody's got a job to do." Interesting. For being in that area in Atlanta. Which song is it? I might do... I already had done
Is that
it
the
once.
same? Is that the same song where he explains that he's pushing positivity and he's thoughtful, humble, and under God? Because I'm gonna need recipients of that, please.
I need to find that song, and I might do a dramatic reading of the lyrics. I already
You
done
know-
it last Friday.
I will say that there is something oddly hypnotic about your Swedish accent, the Celtic music, and then the incongruent lyrics. It's just it's oddly hypnotic. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Friday before trial, I did a dramatic reading with the alternative music to a Young Thug. Yeah. I need to find that one. Yeah, let's continue.
May 25th, 2018.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. I'm going to show you what's been marked as Stacey's exhibit 168M. So,
No more treats.
this is how you know.
Got a really good question, it's pretty cool.
Yes.
Are they approaching?
Hey, Talk Radio.
Sidebar counter 34!
Why does it look like him and then his younger son right next to him? Oh my goodness.
The lawyer?
Yeah, the lawyer there. So there's gray beard and regular beard.
That is his son.
Oh, really? There.
Yeah.
Oh, of course there. Why
Yeah.
have I not been paying attention? Because I haven't. You know, she looks less grumpy and not green. I don't think
Mm.
green is her color, the court reporter.
Mm.
I think green makes her look extra grumpy.
Oh, yeah. But I think Mr. Greybeard is also he is flanked by both his son and his daughter, so it's a family of lawyers.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Could you imagine them at family dinners? I'm not getting
Oh.
into a discussion with that.
Mm.
Nope.
I keep wondering. Okay, so you definitely in that family, lawyers, and then you have one poor engineer.
Well, he's the one that could do math. They're like, "Oh, you can do math. Okay, well, engineer." Everyone else was failing trigonometry.
Okay, characteristic. The name of the song is "Pick Up the Phone." I need to find it.
Papa G grows. Yeah, pass the gravy. Grounds. I object. Objection. Oh my gosh. I would be such a brat. You have no idea.
Okay, it's
That's
a
against
young,
my Fifth
oh,
Amendment.
It's a Young Thug and Travis Scott corporation. Who's Travis Scott? Yeah.
Well, you know my well-versed knowledge in all of the rap.
Yeah, I will definitely. Oh, I will definitely do. Geez, that's a long fucking lyrics. It's Thursday. I don't have work tomorrow. I'm having vodka orange juice. Yeah. Live with
If
it.
I didn't have to do newsy news, I'd have some, but I barely pronounce words correctly sober, so there's that whole thing.
Yeah, it's almost 1 a.m. here, and so I'm allowed. Also, I don't give a fuck.
Well, that too.
Yeah.
I'll allow it. Oh, he's a Kardashian thingamabobber, isn't he? With that one of them. With the Kylie with the Caitlyn Jenner's not the yeah.
Travis Scott, American rapper.
Caitlyn Jenner helped create her. I don't know how else to say that without getting you yeeted.
Here's the thing. I changed over to Microsoft Edge, which means my searches is via Bing. It's absolutely worthless. Whoever is working at Bing should not. I mean, this must be straight line Alabama family workers. I don't know.
Well, I'm kind of okay with dumb AI.
Okay, dumb
Look,
AI.
I want Skynet to be stupid.
Okay, it's Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott has a baby.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah. Papa G grows. Cheers. Eating my medicated supper now, but listening. Hey, cheers. Thank you for being here. If I'm looking at Travis Scott, add Astroworld mass casualty event.
Oh yeah, I wonder how those lawsuits are going on or going.
Astroworld mass casualty.
I love how we're just off topic.
Oh. Travis Scott Astroworld Festival leaves at least 8 dead back in 2021. Okay. Okay. But we went way off topic here.
I was about to say, yeah, it's a you and me stream, but I need to head out so I can get stuff ready for Newsy News. Everyone stay here. You can be on the rewatch stream. It is okay.
If
Just
we,
come over and do a like and then pop back over,
yeah,
if
do
possible.
so. All right, and yeah, we will continue. They are at sidebar. And thank you to Mo for staying here for the first part of this. Long sidebar. Oh, they seem to return. Hello, Leila Marie over at Rumble. Yeah, Rumble stream is pinned on top of the chat. So if you have a Rumble account, please go over there and give me a follow.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, as it relates to this particular incident on May 2018, did you learn of anyone being shot in this incident?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And do you know, are you aware how many people in the business were shot?
Yes, ma'am.
How many?
3.
Okay. And to your knowledge, was there anyone, were those individuals initially on May 25th, 2018, able to tell a law enforcement officer who shot them?
One objection, hearsay,
No.
No speaking objection.
I'm gonna sustain the question as right now. It's the form. You need to lay a little more foundation now.
Back on May of 2018, on the day that this happened, was there anyone ever identified as shooting those individuals? Back on that particular.
Can you ask the question one more time?
Sure. Back in May 25th, 2018, was anyone ever identified on May 25th, 2018 as the shooting those individuals?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. Now, in working in Zone 6, are you familiar with an apartment complex called Trestle Tree Apartments?
Yes, ma'am.
Where is Trestle Tree Apartments located?
I'm not sure of the correct address, but I think it's South United, but I'm not sure of the address. I think 955, but United, but I'm not sure of the correct address over there.
It's on United Street?
It's off United.
Okay. And does United run off of Main Street?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what's that?
I think the correct address is 956 Trestle Tree.
956 Trestle Tree.
Trestle Tree.
All right, but that is within Zone 6.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that in or around or near Grant Park?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. I have no further questions at this time.
Cross.
Okay, now we get to cross-examination. This can get interesting. At least this guy stays at the podium.
Officer Henry.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Carrington Matthews here. I represent Mr. Marklavius Huey. Let's begin with a couple of things. Mr. Officer Henry, you are aware that the handgun that was reported stolen that you just identified, it was actually reported stolen on August 8th, 2015, correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
By a resident of Winder, Georgia, by the name of Jeremy Smith. according to your investigation, correct? Is that a yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you know that Winder, Georgia is at least about an hour from Atlanta, Georgia, correct?
I'm not 100% sure how far that is.
Okay. And you are aware that August 8th, 2015 would have been approximately 3 years prior to the date of this May 25th, 2018 incident that you're testifying to here today, correct?
I would assume yes, sir.
Okay. And when you were developing your investigation into the handgun that you recovered, you understand that that Jeremy Smith stated that the gun was removed from his truck and that there was no forced entry and that it happened in Winder, Georgia, correct?
I'm not 100% sure. I would have to look over his report.
Okay, and you have it with you?
No, that would be once I confirm the weapon is stolen out of Winder. I don't have that report. We don't get that report.
The firearm, Your Honor. May I
Oh, he didn't bring that report to court?
permission to approach? Your Honor?
Oh, you may, sir. Yeah.
Okay, so Officer Henry, you just identified this firearm, correct?
Yes, sir.
And this is the firearm that you recovered, correct?
Yes, sir.
And as we permission to publish, Your Honor, the firearm. Hold it up.
Yeah, it's already been admitted, but you're welcome to handle said firearm as long as you handle it correctly.
Thank you, Your Honor. So, Officer Henry, you identified this firearm. It's unloaded. There's no magazine in the chamber, so it's not capable of doing any harm to anyone at this moment, correct?
Correct. I don't know. I have to check it physically.
Okay.
But
Now,
I'm
Good
assuming it's
answer.
clear.
would you like
Never,
to check it and look at it?
never, ever assume a gun is safe. Never, ever. No matter if the person before you took a look at it, if it's handed to you, you take a look at it.
Okay, thank you. So it's in a safe position, correct?
Yes, to my knowledge, yes.
Okay. Now, this particular firearm, as we hold it and handle it here today, this firearm has a serial number on it, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you've identified the serial number.
Oh, I have to say this. Something that pisses me off on social media is the absolute asswipes who takes pictures of themselves doing this against the camera. Don't point your gun even at the camera or at folks, even if you absolutely know it's not safe, because it's a threat. If you pointed a gun at me, say, imagine I'm in the United States, I live there, I will have a gun because reasons. If you point a gun at me jokingly, I would assume you are a deadly threat. That's social media bull crap, where people do it for funsies. Morons. Absolute morons, in my opinion. Let's go back to,
As SYN 195.
Yes, sir.
And it has a serial number on one location, and it also has the name of the firearm, correct?
Yes, sir.
And it has the style of the firearm, the model, correct?
Yes, sir.
And nothing about this particular firearm, as we have it here today in 2023, we recovered it in May 25th, 2018. The serial number has not been filed down, correct?
Yes.
Hasn't been damaged or altered in any way, correct?
Yes.
And Officer Henry, as we stand here today and have this conversation,
We know how to
there's
protect
nothing
ourselves in
about
Sweden
this
too.
firearm that when you look at it and hold it, that you can tell that it's stolen, correct?
Yes. By the serial number. If I can see the serial number, that's the one that confirms it's been stolen.
Right.
So if I'm looking at the serial number and there's a serial number on it, that means so yes, it is.
So if I'm just sitting here, right, and I have this gun in my possession, and I don't put the serial number into your police database, and I have this weapon in my hand, I don't know it's stolen, do I?
No.
And no one in this courtroom would know that it's stolen, correct?
Objection, Your Honor, speculation.
I sustain the objection.
Officer Henry, how long did you say you've been a police officer?
Over 6 years, sir.
Over 6 years. And in the 6 years that you've been a police officer, how long or how many police reports would you say you've written?
So if this arrest was in 2018, he was
No, maybe over 3,000.
barely
I
out
don't
of
know.
school.
I'm not sure. About over 3,000.
Okay, so at least over 3,000 reports you've written. And the reason you write these reports, Officer Henry, is that you want to memorialize the things that occurred during your investigation, correct?
Yes, sir.
And that's because it's important, right?
Yes, sir.
You want to write truthful reports, right?
Yes, sir.
And you were trained to write these reports, right?
Yes, sir.
And they're important because a lot of times the prosecution will rely on the type of report and the investigation that you've done, right?
Yes, sir.
And they want to have that report so that they can be able to accurately be able to present a case, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you wrote a report in this case, correct?
I did.
And
Yes, sir.
in the report that you wrote, you've already identified that report, correct?
Yes, sir.
And that report that you wrote during the course of this investigation is 2 pages, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And let's talk about a couple of things. There was this 911 call, a few 911 calls that were made, right?
Yes, sir.
And in the 911 calls that were made, as part of your investigation, you'll go back and listen to those 911 calls at some point, right?
If I go back and listen to it?
Yeah, if you're handling the case and you are putting together your investigation, there may be times when you might go back and pull the 911 call to get more information as part of your investigation, correct?
No.
Okay, so you don't look at the 911 calls.
I look at it at first. I can't see it. I hear it over the radio.
Okay.
When it's being dispatched.
Okay, so the 911 call that you hear over the radio that's being dispatched, you are aware that there were no physical descriptions of the person or persons that were involved in this shooting, correct?
Isn't that strange? Didn't he just testify yesterday that he apprehended this guy on the description black male in black hoodie? Interesting, isn't it?
No, that's not true.
Okay, what was the physical descriptions that were given?
The description that was given was the original call came up as shots fired in the park.
Okay.
And Ray give out a description of individuals.
Okay, what was the descriptions that you heard come through dispatch that would have been part of the 911 calls, right?
A black male wearing all hoodie, so possibly a suspect.
A black male wearing all
Black,
Okay.
half hoodie on.
Okay. So that was the one.
That was not what he said on the stand under direct examination. He specifically said black man, black hoodie. Not black man, all black, half hoodie. Yeah, from several corners, did you?
So it's one description of one person.
That's one of the suspects.
Okay. Did you hear any other descriptions of any other suspects?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, what were the descriptions that you heard on the 911 call
Same
to
thing.
dispatch?
All wearing the same thing.
So there were multiple, so let me make sure I'm clear. The 911 call comes in, there were multiple calls, and those calls all stated that there were multiple black males wearing the same thing. Is that your testimony?
Yes, the call came up as black male wearing all black with a hoodie.
And that would
possibly the suspect.
And that would possibly a suspect?
Yes.
Got you. And those are calls that would have been on a 911 call, correct?
Yes, sir.
Those have been citizens and people in the community that would have called into 911 and said, hey, this is what I saw, this is what I heard, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, just so that we're clear, this report that you've prepared and the investigation that you conducted, there were no eyewitnesses who identified Huey as being involved in a shooting, correct?
No.
And as a matter of fact, Huey has never been interviewed by any detective regarding the shooting, correct?
Here's the twist. Mr. Huey was only stopped because he somewhat matched the description, the vague as F description of possible suspects. But he was never charged or even a suspect in the shooting in that park. So why did the prosecution bring up the shooting in the park? Since that man was never a suspect in that shooting. I will tell you why. Because they need everybody there to look and sound dangerous. So they bring in anything the kitchen sink and the kitchen sinks aren't to this. It's a trial by volume, not a trial by facts.
Speculation, Your Honor.
Well, he may have knowledge.
Well, let me see what he says.
Can I rephrase the question? Thank you.
Abstain as to form.
Okay. Officer Huey, Officer Henry, are you aware of any investigation by yourself or any other law enforcement personnel who has ever interviewed Mr. Huey for a shooting on May 25th, 2018 at that Grant Park?
No, I'm not aware if I'm the only one I could speak of for myself. I don't know if any other investigator officer interviewed Mr. Huey.
And you certainly did not, correct?
I take him in custody.
You didn't interview him about a shooting, correct?
No.
Okay. And
Heather Mosher. So all these witnesses for this shooting, and this guy was never even an actual suspect nor interviewed. Exactly.
victim in a shooting on May 25th, 2018 ever presented themselves to you for you to engage them in a photographic lineup process, correct?
No.
May 25th, 2018, to this day now, December 7th, 2023, no alleged victim has come forward to you and said that Mr. Huey shot them on May 25th, 2018, correct?
No.
Yeah, here's the thing. From day one, the prosecution has been building towards what will eventually come, which is the alleged murder and alleged bodily harm. I mean, the really big crimes. But if you already lose the jury in the beginning of a trial, it's really hard to get them back. I think the defense attorney's cross-examinations so far has been almost spot on every time, with a few exceptions. And yeah. And this is week 2 of a RICO trial. Normally, a murder trial takes a week, 2 weeks tops, unless there are really hard circumstances. But no, we will be here for at least 6 months. And I will be here, gavel to gavel. Hell yeah. Give me a thumbs up. I deserve it. Give me if you haven't subscribed to me yet, I deserve it. Thank you.
That 2-page report that you prepared, Officer Henry, and that firearm that we just got through examining, nowhere in your report does that firearm that we got through examining that you...
Oh, absolutely. Thank you, Gigi. If I get constructive criticism, I don't mind at all. That I want my opinions challenged. That makes me think. That might make me reevaluate. Unless you're a shit poster, but give constructive criticism, I will. Oh, that's a good question. I will bring it up, and we will have a 2-minute discussion about your contrary opinion, because I'm not always right. Did he say that? Yes, because I'm old as fuck, and I'm too old to give a fuck.
Indicated that when you recovered the firearm, that it was warm, correct?
That it was what?
Warm, W-A-R-M, warm, hot, warm.
No.
Right, because when you fire a weapon, Officer Henry, it will typically, after it's fired, the muzzle will be warm, correct?
It also depends, I'm assuming, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. If a gun is recently fired, it's warm.
Now, you testified that there were 3 people out there in this particular incident that were shot, correct?
To my knowledge, 3 persons, that's what the 911 calls of 3 persons got shot inside the park.
Okay, and you...
Hey! Papa G. Gross, thanks go out to the membership gifters in the chat, especially the one who gifted his. Bless up! Yes, if you think I'm a decent enough guy who does decent enough coverage of this trial and other things, consider being a member. It's $3 a month, and you get members-only content and access to my Discord. And I have by far the most members-only content among law tubers. And follow Gigi's instructions in the chat, so if you can get gifted a membership as well, because the memberships is what keeps this channel afloat. It pays for the internet, for the upgrades, for I have StreamYard Plus and other things that makes this channel work somewhat, and it also paid for my new microphone. Because early, for the first 9 months of me streaming, of me doing this, I had the camera microphone. And thanks to my members and occasional super chats, I could upgrade. And I can't thank you enough for that. I really can't thank you all enough of that. Let's continue here.
You did not go to the area of this alleged shooting or areas and recover any shell casings from any of this particular incident, correct?
Me personally, no.
Okay. And in your report, the report that you prepared, if shell casings were found or ever located, you would supplement your report to indicate the same, correct?
I wasn't on scene where the actual shooting happened.
Okay. And to your knowledge, you don't know of any shell casings that have ever been recovered from this location matching up to a firearm that you brought before the court, correct?
All I know, shell casing were recovered inside the park.
I didn't hear you.
All I know is shell casing. recovers inside the park.
And did you document that in any report that you've prepared?
I'm assuming the primary officer for that incident. I'm sure he did.
And that would be speculation on your.
Except bad presenting of a case? No. I would assume today has gone surprisingly smooth so far.
Part, correct?
It's not speculation. The officer would document whatever he found in the scene.
Right, but you don't have any report that is in your possession?
No, I don't. No, I don't.
So more or less, he caught a guy who had a stolen gun on him. That's it.
Now,
but the prosecution makes it out as if he was involved in the actual shooting. But there is absolutely zero evidence of that.
in that 2-page report that you prepared, Officer Henry, that you've done over 3,000 during the course of your career at this point, you did not charge Mr. Huey with any type of gang violation, correct?
No, sir.
You did not, in your report, indicate anything about referring this case to the APD gang unit, correct?
No, sir.
You did not indicate in your report or any supplemental report subsequent to May 25th, 2018, that Mr. Huey was in possession of any type of gang paraphernalia, correct?
No, sir.
That he had on gang paraphernalia, correct?
No, sir.
Isn't that weird? It's almost like it is impossible.
Now, in your report, now when you're preparing your report, and we've already talked about the fact that it's important and you want it to be accurate, correct?
Yes, sir.
You indicated in your report that you actually apprehended Mr. Huey at 21:42 hours, which would be 9:42, correct?
No.
Okay. Let me show you.
It would be 8. So
21:42?
is it 21 or 20? Is it?
21:42. What time? 2142?
That's the report. That's the report you look.
I think my hair is out of maximum length because it really hasn't grown anymore the last year and a half since I started. For you who don't know, I stopped cutting my hair before when the world ended, the so-called pandemic, because my barber went out of business. So I did my last haircut just before Christmas 2019. And then I just let it grow. And here we are. 3 years. Almost 4 years later. Yay!
You know, 20. 1.
Officer Henry,
Yes, sir.
you testified that you apprehended Mr. Huey and recovered this firearm, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you prepared a report that indicated the time in which you apprehended Mr. Henry and recovered the firearm in your report, correct?
Yes, sir.
And I want to show, may I approach this witness, Your Honor?
You may, sir.
Thank you. And that's the one you bought, right?
Oh, that's not mine. That's
Yes. For you who don't know, I'm doing this from home, but here I can't really smoke my cigars and stuff like that. And eventually, when I'm done with the renovation downstairs, I will get tenants. So I need to move this studio to a new thingy. So I am going to purchase one of these and renovate it and build it into a studio, so I can have it behind the barn and broadcast from there and stuff like that. Yeah. When I say tenants, we will be renting it out to either the university or to a business that has what do you call it? Visiting professors, or if they have to have a new CEO, I don't care. But major businesses that needs somewhere to put their, what do you call it? Tillfälliga. Not permanent, but those who only have a 2-year contract, so they can get their family into an actual living space. So stuff like that. That is what I'm going to do with downstairs. Sadly not visitors. And yeah, so that is what I'm going to do. That is the next big project with this channel, to get myself into one of these. We call it. This is the kind of trailer where builders and construction workers change in and stuff like that if they are far away to the bills. No, I'm not going to with the MLS treehouse, because south of Sweden don't have enough big trees, to build stuff like that on. And I don't need a permit with one of these because it's on wheels. Mr. Jingles will decide who. Yeah, Mr. Jingles will do that. The real money is in bathtub meth. Get the chemist, Major. Oh, that's so funny. Oh. And over at Rumble, Sorry in Pickle says, Nick, your hair is awesome. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm quite proud of it. Thank you. Let's get back to the trial. Oh.
Okay, that's the one that the government provided, correct?
yes.
Okay, let's look at that one. Okay. This is your report, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, this is the one that you prepared, right?
Okay.
And when you prepared that report, you reviewed it before you uploaded it, correct?
Okay.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right there where it says 2142, where it says evidence found. Let me get it right now. May 25th, 2018, right?
Yes, sir.
2142, correct?
Yes,
And
sir.
what time is 2142?
Oh, you're asking 9:42.
Okay, and that's the time that you
We
indicated
have
in your
very
report
few
that you
tornadoes in
apprehended
Sweden.
and recovered items off of Mr. Huey, correct?
Yes.
You indicated you recovered an iPhone 7, right?
Yes.
At 2142, correct?
Yes. Yes.
And you indicated that you recovered a firearm, correct?
Yes.
At 2142, correct?
Yes.
And down in your incident narrative, you indicated that it was on May 25th at 20:01 that you were dispatched, correct?
Yes.
So that I'm clear on this matter, obviously, the calls started coming in around 8 o'clock, right?
Yes.
But you did not actually make contact with Mr. Huey until 9:42, when you recovered the items and the weapon, correct?
No, so the reason why it's for the for 9:42, that's the time. Maybe I'm talking to the judge at that time, so I actually get the time from 911.
So let me make sure I'm clear. Your testimony is that you're talking to the judge?
At that time, so I get the correct time.
Okay. Is there anywhere in your report, Officer Henry, that you document that I spoke to the judge?
In my report?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Isn't that weird?
Now,
For you who were here yesterday, the last hour, I was accompanied by Mr. Branca, who is a self-defense lawyer, one of the top self-defense attorneys in the United States, in my opinion. And according to him, and I might agree somewhat, that for a good number of years, this report writing stuff and cops has gotten a bit lazy because the convictions has gotten easier and easier the past decade or so. Because normally for instance, if that unlawful handling of a gun, that's a 30-minute trial. And it's really easy. Now they're up against seasoned lawyers, some of the best that you can hire. Stuff kind of falls apart when you're no longer allowed to write lazy reports. Hopefully this cop will get more thorough in the future, because I don't think he's a bad cop. I really don't. He's just not trained well. Hopefully he will take this as an educational thing. Yes, these channels do not give legal, medical, or correct reporting writing advice. Oh, I love Gigi. She's so great. Everybody say thank you to Gigi, my first and absolute best moderator. She's amazing. She had a health scare, but she's recovering. So if you have any thoughts and prayers to give them to her. Thank you.
you also indicated in your report that you arrested Mr. Huey at 451 Cherokee Avenue, Southeast Atlanta, Georgia, correct?
Yes.
And 451 Cherokee Avenue, Southeast Atlanta, Georgia, that's about maybe a couple hundred yards from the Grant Park Rec Center?
I'm not sure.
Close, right?
I'm not sure. Yeah, it's very close.
Right. And if the calls started coming out at 8 o'clock, right?
Yes.
And you making contact with Mr. Huey in your report at 21:42, that'll be over an hour and a half more.
So he was driving around looking for people who roughly matched the description. An hour and 40 minutes later, and came across this dude. An hour and 40 minutes later, in an area that has what's the population of Atlanta? Atlanta population. Oh, I hate Bing. Roughly 500,000 people. I don't know the population of that specific area, but it's not like it's not crowded. I mean, and finding a black man wearing somewhat black clothes, it can't be that hard. Really? Really? And this guy just happened to have a stolen gun on him.
From the time that the shooting incident took place, right?
Not necessary, because it was a park full of people.
It was a park full of people.
And they were running all over.
There were a lot of people out there that particular day, correct?
Yes, I'm assuming, yeah,
And-
park was full.
And they're shooting basketball, right?
That's why the call came up as.
And with respect to
Thank you, Kipafo. I do my best. I do my best.
with respect to these particular charges that you actually charged Mr. Huey with, you charged him with theft by receiving of a stolen handgun, right?
Yes, sir.
And you charged him, and you charged him with several other misdemeanor offenses, correct?
Yes, sir.
You charged him with various offenses that were of a misdemeanor variety. And you are aware that Mr.
Objection, Your Honor.
Basis.
I believe he's going to get into something that is not proper. And we need to approach it.
Go ahead and let's come on up. Come on.
I believe he's going to get into stuff that is not allowed. That's a preemptive objection. You can do those. But you really need to have solid evidence or solid opinions on that. But on day 8 of this trial, it's sidebar counter number 35.
Fox Talk Radio.
Hey, Peppa G. Rose. You got healing vibes from Saskatchewan. Yeah, Snivels. Ironic, she says he's not allowed to get into something after they bring every irrelevant thing under the sun so far. Okay, need dragon thought. All right, let me go get it. Okay. You who don't know what a dragon thought is? That is my Norwegian fire-farting dragon. You can't sneak up on that one from behind because... oh, I love my swoosh. Let's skip ahead here. I've been trying to get them to use this on lawyers and dragons because it would be because I know Rob over at Dawn Lumber loves to sneak up on things from behind. So I've been trying to get them to use a Norwegian fire-farting dragon just to see the look in his eyes when the game master pulls out that card. This is a long sidebar. You know what? I'm on my third vodka orange juice. I need to visit the big boys' room. This will go on for a few more minutes. So, yeah, just watch and give me a thumbs up. And I'm back. And for you who don't know, vodka orange juice. This in Sweden is called a grogg. Grogg, grogg. If I had 3 ingredients, then it becomes a drink. If it has 4 or more ingredients, it's a fruit salad. Yeah. Yeah, it's a grogg. Vodka orange juice, 2 ingredients, it's a grogg. Why this fermented fruit salad? I agree. It's the whole... Oh, you call it screwdriver. Okay, I kind of knew that. The whole food wheel, yeah. Jesus Christ, this is taking long. What the actual F? This is taking long.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, sir.
Officer Henry, I just want to be very clear. You did not do any GSR, gunshot residue testing of any sort on Mr. Huey, correct?
No, sir.
You didn't do any GSR or any type of testing whatsoever on the firearm that you recovered from Mr. Huey, correct?
Me personally, no.
And you're trained to understand what GSR does and how it impacts the case, correct?
Yeah, once we submit it, they tested it. I don't.
And you certainly have no.
So far, the defendants aren't even in the charges the prosecution have alleged. It's amazingly bad. This last guy, there was a shooting in the park. They got a rough description of a black man in a black hoodie. An hour and 40 minutes later, this officer is driving, seeing someone who maybe matches that description in Atlanta, Georgia. Pulls over, tells him, "Can I talk to you?" Guy takes off. Gets caught. Has a stolen gun that was stolen 3 years prior. He was later on charged with possession of an illegal firearm. That had nothing to do with any shootings whatsoever. But the prosecution spent their entire examination of this witness talking about that shooting, which has nothing to do with this defendant.
You have no evidence whatsoever that any shell casing that you say may or may not have been located at this basketball court matched up to any firearm that you recovered from Mr. Huey, correct?
Ask the question one more time.
Sure. You have no scientific evidence that any shell casing that you or your team may or may not have found at the basketball court matched up to any firearm that this jury has looked at this morning?
In my opinion, no.
And just so that we're clear, The case that we're here talking about today was from May 25th, 2018, over 5 years ago, correct?
Yes, sir.
You had no idea that you would be testifying here today, December 7th, 2023, about a theft by receiving of a handgun case in a RICO trial.
Objection, relevant, Your Honor.
I sustain the objection.
That's all I have, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, anybody else? All right, Mr. Adams.
Yeah, in a RICO charge. This is so bad. They are alleging all of these crimes to for the development of this street gang. All this guy had on him was a gun that was stolen 3 years prior. Brandon Lesko returns, member for 1 month. Dave owes me $25. You have his inbox for invoice. Oh. I'm sure you have his inbox. I'm very sorry I can't help you with that, Brandon. Oh. Thank you for being a member for 1 month. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'll get to you, Mr. Sharp.
And here's
Good morning,
Kojak.
Officer Henry.
Good morning.
My name is Jay Act. Do you know this man, Monty Kendrick?
No, I don't.
Do you have any information or knowledge related to him?
No, I don't.
Thank you. No other questions.
All right, Mr. Sharp.
Officer Henry. Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Good morning. My name is Max Shard. I represent Shannon Stillwell. And
Okay, his name is Shaw. He really pronounced that out loud because every time the judge and other people say his name, it sounds like short. But thank you, Mr. Shard, for pronouncing your name for us. I assume he's very well aware of the name we might have given him.
before I insert myself into this issue, this case that you're testifying about today does not involve Shannon Stillwell, correct?
Who you representing?
It's Stillwell. It does not involve
$50.
Shannon Stillwell. This incident in Grand Park
I'm free
in
tomorrow.
2018.
So $50 a shot.
I don't even know.
Well, you know,
Form of the question.
I'm gonna overrule that objection. All right, go ahead.
It does not involve Shannon Stillwell.
I don't know who's that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, cool. All right, but I want to make sure I'm clear as Mr. Stillwell's attorney. You've been testifying about a shooting for several hours now, correct?
I'm testifying of what a shooting several hours now.
Yes, yesterday and today.
Yes.
Okay. And you have no ballistic evidence at all. Ballistics are what links a shell casing on a crime scene to a particular gun, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you have no ballistic evidence on this case, this shooting, that
I can
links
do
that
a few
shooting
right
to
now, but
Mr. Huey, correct?
tomorrow.
No.
Okay, and you
We
have no
have
gunshot
half an hour
residue
left on
evidence
this,
to
stream,
suggest that there was any
on
gunshot
this,
residue on
That's
Mr.
an
Huey.
answer.
stream,
That's an answer.
maybe
Move
45
on.
minutes.
And to your
I can get a
knowledge,
few in today,
you have
but most will be tomorrow.
you never charged Mr. Huey with any shooting, correct?
No.
Okay, I just wanted to be clear. Thank you.
Yes, I did,
Anyone else?
and I might regret it.
All right, redirect, if anything.
And tomorrow is different rules because then it is Zachariah Anderson.
While the shooting took place, was your
what the-
responsibility
his,
arresting him for
defense
theft by receiving stolen property?
Ask the question one more time.
Sure. in this case, while the shooting did take place, what was your responsibility? What did you arrest Mr. Huey for?
I was arrested for stolen gun and obstruction and concealing a weapon.
Okay, so that's what you were brought here to testify about,
Which you
right?
didn't know
Yes.
until you went up to a random black guy and said, "Can I talk to you?" And he took off. All you had was maybe a generic description of a black man in black clothes. An hour and 40 minutes after the actual event.
Staying the question is to form.
Was that what you were brought here to testify about?
To my knowledge, yes, ma'am.
So death by receiving stolen property,
Yes, ma'am.
carrying concealed weapon,
Yes, ma'am.
and obstruction,
And reckless conduct.
and reckless conduct.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's first talk about the obstruction. Why did you arrest him for obstruction?
I arrested him for obstruction because I stepped out my patrol vehicle and trying to talk to him. I stepped out my patrol vehicle and trying to talk to him. And when I was trying to talk to him, he took off running. So that's obstruction from law enforcement officer.
Okay, so when you tried to speak with him, he took off running.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Leila Marie over at Rumble asked, "Is the lady in pink standing on a chair or is she just tall?" She's tall. She's real tall.
That time before he took off running, what did you say to him?
I say, I got the police. Officer Henry, let me talk to you for a second.
And he just took off running.
Just took off.
Well, no, I'll overrule the objection.
And he just took off running.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And as he was running, what happened?
While he was running, he put maybe.
Your Honor.
Hold on one second.
While he took off.
Hold on. I'm going to sustain the objection.
Was a gun thrown by the person you saw take off running?
Yes.
And is that the gun that you saw earlier today?
Yes, ma'am.
And was it Marquavius Huey who threw that gun?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now, there was some questioning about time on cross-examination.
Yes, ma'am.
When you responded to the scene, was that around 8:01 p.m.?
Yes, ma'am.
Once you arrived, did you immediately see Mr. Huey, or did some time pass before you saw Mr. Huey?
As I remember, we driving around looking for the description of the individual. Let's say shooting, say it could have been the time of when the call actually dispatched. But that's the time, 20:01, that's the time of the call was dispatched. So I may get there 10 minutes, 15 minutes after. I can't recall what time I arrived there.
And were you driving around looking for the individuals for a period of time?
Yeah, we were looking for suspects.
And in that period of time, could the gun have cooled down?
Oh,
in the period of time you were looking for the subject?
That's affirmative.
That's affirmative. I mean, that's yes?
Yes.
All right. Now, as it relates to Mr. Huey, in the course of prepping for examination today, did you try to look up a picture for you to remember who Marquavius Huey was?
Yes, I did.
Okay. The picture that you looked at, do you recall the date of the picture that you looked at?
The date of the picture was
Objection relevance?
The round is going to become relevant given our.
Please. It's not relevant right now, Judge.
That's relevant. I'll overrule the objection.
When did you look at that picture?
Yesterday.
What was the date of that picture when that picture was taken?
Yeah, this should be outside the scope of cross, because during cross they can ask around the lines of direct examination, but on redirect they have to specifically, at least the rules I know of, be within the scope of the cross examination. She is exploring, to say the least.
The picture was taken.
What was the date of the picture?
I'm gonna overrule the objection.
Was it in
I've already
2019?
overruled it twice now.
2018.
No, your incident was in 2018.
Overruled.
Your incident was in 2018. The
Your
picture.
Honor, Your Honor, and I apologize, I know this had nothing to do with Mr. Williams.
Then please,
No.
please, sir.
District attorney testified, I object.
Basis?
I object, he gave his answer, district attorney said no, and she's telling the answer that she wants. This witness
all right.
has to testify from his own knowledge.
I sustain this to form. Okay, I got it. I sustain this to form. All right.
When was your incident?
My incident was in 2018.
Did you show us today a picture that you used to refresh your memory?
Yes, ma'am.
What was the date of the picture?
He used a picture to refresh his memory about the person he was identifying as this guy. Yeah. Yeah.
Picture. What year was that picture taken?
Again, Your Honor, that is improper, Your Honor.
I'm gonna overrule the objection.
Just what was the date? I'm sorry.
I'll sustain that.
I didn't hear what you said.
Mr. Sharp said foundation. I sustain that. So Madam, lay some foundation.
Yesterday, what did you do in order to refresh your memory as to the person that you arrested?
Pull a picture from his
Did you pull a picture?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. And the picture that you pulled, did it have a date in which that picture was taken?
I'd have to go back and verify the date the picture was taken.
Okay. Do you recall that being, if you can remember? Was there a date at the bottom of that picture?
To my knowledge, yes.
Do you have a copy of the picture that you provide to us today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We're looking at a copy of refresh your memory as to the date of when that picture was taken.
This is so stupid.
What are you showing and what are you marking it as?
Shoot.
10/24.
Hold on. What's the number of the document? Hold on, Mr. Matthews.
It's going to be 168M, Your Honor.
There's roughly 30 minutes left of this court day. Tomorrow is also a half day, but it's not morning, it is afternoon. Which means we should start here around 6:30, 7 p.m. for half a day afternoon session of, and I will be streaming this live from court. Well, I'm not in court, but live, the live feed. So it will be live commentary and live from court tomorrow around 6:30, 7 p.m. depending on when they actually start. And also tomorrow, it is finally Friday, my end of the work week casual stream. We will be listening to a podcast and evaluate that podcast. It is called, well, it's about people who has been convicted while innocent or not enough evidence. So we will evaluate that one while we are stuffing our heads with alcohol. So it will be interesting. So it's a full day tomorrow, but it starts, or not 7:30, not 6:30. It starts around 1 p.m. Eastern Standard. I was mistakenly talking about my time zone, but around 1 p.m. tomorrow, live coverage of this trial. Live coverage. But let's finish off today. Yeah, it's the podcast called wrongful podcast concerning people who have been wrongfully convicted. The first podcast focuses on Zachariah Anderson and his wrongful conviction. And that is the episode we will evaluate tomorrow after the live stream of this trial. So with guests from laymen and lawyers and everything in between, it will be a glorious time.
All right, come on up now.
All right. Oh, I had this up all the time. Didn't realize.
Hi, Talk Radio.
It is sidebar counter number 36. The amount of sidebars in this trial is astounding. Most trial has 0 sidebars because it's a fast trial, in, out, not guilty, guilty, out. Some have maybe one that day. But this one, we are at day 8, and there is 36 sidebars. Is Dave doing something on? I don't know. I will look. Yes, it starts in. It starts Friday at 8 p.m. So it's tomorrow at 8 p.m. If it was today, I would be sending you all over, but it is tomorrow. Jesus Christ. Get on with it. Yes, get on with it. Oh, it's a long sidebar. Yeah, exactly. Culperistic. Multiple sidebars about a stolen gun not connected to the shooting they were investigating, and an ID made on very sketchy circumstances. Why 95% of the testimony so far wasn't excluded based on 403 is astounding. I completely agree. This is just so infuriating. I've been covering this case since May, with jury selections and Daubert hearings and motions to dismiss hearings and all in between. I'm astounded this even went to trial, in my opinion. But we do know that District Attorney Fanny Hill, her term is over December 31st next year. And allegedly, she is going for Attorney General next for the entire state. She needs these wins to win that election. Yeah, it's a RICO trial based on volume, not facts. Jesus Christ, come on. This is a Please do
I
so.
overrule the objection.
And he overrules the objection. Of course.
Did you provide us with a picture to show us who you were, the person who you were arrested?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm gonna show you to refresh your memory. Stacy Exhibit, for the only purpose of refreshing your memory, Stacy Exhibit 168M. Is that the picture you provided?
Yes, ma'am.
And did that refresh your memory as to who you arrested on that day?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm now gonna show you what's been marked as Stacy Exhibit 169M. Looking at Stacy Exhibit 169, do you recognize Stacy Exhibit 169?
No.
You do not.
No.
Looking at what you use to refresh your memory as
He was looking at the pictures and he didn't recognize anyone. Isn't that weird? Let's go back.
do you recognize Stacy Exhibit 169?
No.
You do not.
No.
Looking at what you use to refresh your memory as to 168M and looking at Stacy Exhibit 169.
Most judges are former prosecutors. This one isn't. He comes from both sides and the army. So he was a JAG judge.
Is it, does it or does it not?
It doesn't.
It does not? Okay.
He brought 2 pictures to refresh his recollection, and he does not recognize the person you see here. That is what makes me think this is one of the good cops. He tries to answer the questions. He is not there voluntarily. He doesn't know why he's there, because all he did was apprehending a person who somewhat matched the description, who tossed a gun, who was reported stolen. I deem this cop a good cop. A lesser cop would have said yes. And there may or may not be a lot of those in this trial.
But 168M is what you produced,
Yes,
showing
ma'am.
us as a person.
I sustain
But was 168M what you, was that the picture you gave us?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and was that Marquavius Huey?
Yes, ma'am.
Objection, Your Honor.
basis.
He just testified he didn't recognize it. He says it's a picture that is blah 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 Glavius or whatever his name is.
Who was the 168M?
I sustain the objection as the last question, Mr. Matthew. All right, go ahead, madam.
Who was the person in 168 now?
Marcus Huey.
Marquavius Huey.
Marquavius Huey.
All right.
But he doesn't recognize him. So it doesn't fucking matter.
Anything else?
Hold on, of course, it's over for 1 moment.
Yeah. Tomorrow before this trial starts at 1 p.m., I will do a couple of hours of the RICO trial, a RICO trial hearing against former President Trump. Just to show you all, I will start around maybe 11 p.m. No, 11 a.m. Sorry. Go on to 1 p.m. when this RICO trial starts, just to let you see the difference between how they conduct themselves against a Trump lawyer and in this trial. So 11 a.m. tomorrow, I will do a couple of hours of that hearing.
And what was Marquette's date of birth? Objection.
That's been asked and answered already. I was, Ms. Hill.
Are you a gang investigator?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Are you responsible for taking out any type of gang warrant?
No, ma'am.
All right, court to go.
Oh, this isn't Miss Hill. That isn't Miss Love. That's Miss Hill. That's the actual district attorney. I didn't realize that. Because he called her Miss Hill. That's District Attorney Fanny Hill. Because apparently ADA Love still isn't there. What the actual F?
And my last question, in Stacey Exhibit 168N, was that a fair and accurate depiction of the person you arrested on May 25th, 2018?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I have no further questions.
Anything further?
Yes, sir. Just briefly, Judge.
I'm still conflicted if that is Miss Hill or Miss Love, or if they just misspoke. I thought it was.
Officer Henry, you testified. Government just asked you questions about why you were brought here to testify. You answered that you were brought here to testify about a theft by receiving of a handgun case, correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
You were not brought here to testify about an aggravated assault, triple shooting, were you?
No.
And
Stay in the question.
And so if you were brought here to testify about a theft by receiving, you didn't make a 911 call indicating that you arrested Mr. Huey for theft by receiving, correct?
If I didn't make a 911, no.
You didn't call 911.
No.
Right, and you didn't call 911 and 2 or 3 different people saying that it was theft by receiving, did you?
No.
Okay. And you didn't need a 911 call in order to investigate your theft by receiving case, correct?
The actual call come up as a 911 call.
You did not need to make a 911 call to handle your theft by receiving case, right?
Yes, because not a 911 call wind up PD once ACIC confirmed that's the gun.
So you made a 911 call?
Or it's not really a 911 call. So.
You didn't make any 911
No, I didn't.
You didn't need to make one regarding theft by receiving case?
I did not.
Let him finish, okay?
I apologize, Judge. A lot of people took off running when they heard gunshots, right?
This is interesting. Because now I think we're going into the line of questions. How do you normally react when you hear guns fired? Let's hear this interaction.
Some people do, some people don't.
Really common, though. Most people do, though, correct?
In my opinion, some people do, some people don't.
People are going to do 1 or 2 things. They're either
Some people do, some people don't. That's not an actual number, is it, officer? Now, I already said you're one of the good cops. Please just answer. I know it's fight or flight, but in an area that is poverty-stricken and crime-stricken, you kind of... You really don't stay around, do you, Mr. Officer? Do you?
they're going to run or they're going to hit him, right?
I don't know what they're going to do. I know what I'll do.
You're a police officer, so you might do something different, correct?
At the time, I don't know.
Okay. You didn't note anywhere in your police report about a weapon cooling down or having time to cool down.
Asked and answered.
I don't think I asked that question.
Asked and answered. Let's move on.
That was not asked and answered. That was the prosecution asking a hypothetical. This cop did not put in his report anything about cooling down period. That's pure speculation. Now, Logically, yes, a gun cools down over time, but that was never in his report. That was the question. Yeah.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Anything else? All right.
I mean, if there isn't an objection,
Good morning, sir.
Don't-
Or afternoon, sir. Thank you for what you
Good
do.
afternoon. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Can I ask you, do you have those photographs? I think it's 168, 169, or 167 in front of you.
No, I don't.
You know, Madam Court Reporter, can I get those?
It's 168M and 169M.
May I approach, sir?
Okay, man.
May I approach you, sir? I'm
Sure.
showing you what's already been identified as 168, and it looks like an M and 169M, if you don't mind. The first one is 168 that I left in the top. Is that right?
Which
Yes,
one?
sir.
M? 168M? Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Where did you get that photograph?
Where did I get it?
Yeah, if you don't mind telling the ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
I get it from my department system.
And who told you to get that photograph, if you don't mind?
Who told me?
Yeah, who asked you?
No one asked me to get the photograph. I get it from my personal for the case. Refresh my memory.
Did you, were you sent that photograph earlier by anybody? Or did you do this all on your own?
It's just sent. Well, I don't
Yeah,
understand.
were you advised to look at that photograph specifically, or did you do it on your own?
No, I do it on my own.
Okay. 169M is the other photograph?
Yes.
You don't recognize that today?
No, I don't.
How did you go about pulling that photograph of 168M off your system?
How do I go about it?
How did you do it in this case? Somebody had to prompt you, or you had to prompt yourself? What did you do to pull that photograph? What made you pull a photograph?
I could pull a criminal history on any individual once I have
Mr. Steele and Ms. Hilton.
the charges on the individual.
Thank you so much, Haley Wolf, for your $10 super chat. She says, I appreciate your coverage of this. I feel like not a lot of people are covering because of how long of a trial this will be. Thank you, Nick. Thank you for being here. Thank you for allowing me to try to guide you through this, through commentary, through legal analysis, through snark, through laughs, because most of this is so boring. But I hope I can add value to it. And that is all I am about. Adding value to the experience of a RICO trial. Thank you so much, Haley Wolf. I deeply appreciate your super chat. Thank you so much.
One more second.
And that brings us $40 towards a shot of whiskey. Just saying. Hint, hint. I appreciate anything in super chats or gifted memberships. I appreciate you even being here. Thank you.
So long. Come on up here, please.
It is sidebar counter number 37. 8 days of trials, 7.5 if you will, 37 sidebars.
Have you, we're gonna come back to those photographs later, it sounds like. Can you do me a favor? You were talking about, you asked about taking out warrants, arresting people for criminal street gang activity. Do you remember those kind of conversations?
I never have those conversations.
No, today. You remember that discussion?
Say, I take out warrants. Ask the question again one more time.
Have you ever do you remember speaking about ever arresting someone for criminal street gang
Yeah,
activity?
the question was stated to me. If I ever, the answer was no.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Anything
Never
further?
arrested anyone.
Okay, all right. May we excuse Officer Henry permanently, temporarily as a witness?
Permanently.
I think the judge just called
Okay.
them up.
All right, Officer
I'm not
Henry,
entirely sure.
thank you for your patience with us. I'm going to permanently excuse you as a witness. You're free to go about your usual.
So this cop was on the stand for an arrest about having a stolen gun. He was on the stand for the last 20 minutes of day 7 and the first hour and a half of day 8. The only witness on day 8. I mean, one of the most unnecessary witnesses in this trial so far. Did you make an arrest about this gun? Yes. Was there a shooting around? Maybe. Objection sustained. I mean, this should have been a 10-minute testimony, but the prosecution is so focused on getting completely irrelevant stuff in, that it takes so much time.
The duties and avocation. Just don't discuss your testimony anybody except the attorneys in this case, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you, sir.
Take this.
That is not Ian Ronco, by the way. Just saying. That is a female lawyer. Yeah, it's a trial by volume.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, consistent, wait, it's the lunchtime hour, okay? And then. Consistent with my conversations with you all yesterday as a collective group, we're going to recess for today, and we're going to come back tomorrow for 12:30. And at that time, we reconvene the case, and we'll probably work until about 4:30 or 5 o'clock tomorrow, okay? But so tomorrow morning, you do not need to report. I'd like you to report for 12:30 for an anticipated 9 o'clock start time, all right?
1
Okay,
p.m.
let's go ahead and
anticipated
recap our
spot.
daily ad nauseum admonitions, all right? So we're going to talk about the case when we're going back out there? In your headquarters, the jury liberation room? Okay, how about when we're going to shuttle or when you're being taken to wherever it is that you're being dropped off from? Yeah. All right, we're going to talk to our loved ones at home tonight? Yeah. How about we go into any...
This is Judge Glanville. He is the chief judge of Fulton County.
any third-party sources, news outlets, or any other
If he
social
wanted
media?
to, he could
Anybody
end
talk to us about
this
this case in
trial
the presence
now.
No. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you for your patience and everything that you're willing to listen and to this particular matter and give it your patience and attention. So, ladies and gentlemen, do you have any inquiry with me this one time?
No.
Oh, we have somebody.
Just around the holidays, we talked about like a 2-week period. And I think you've already gone over this, but I just want to clarify.
Yes. Judge Earl Glanville, Chief Judge. Superior Court of Fulton County since 2005. He has been running the show for 18 years in Fulton County.
Are we expected to work during that time? Expected to not work?
Okay. I'll try and make it as clear as mud. Well, you're an impaneled jury at this point in time. I'm just giving you some downtime.
Yeah. He's just talking to the jury here.
Such a be liable tomorrow for.
Okay?
Leaving?
Yes. Yeah.
I was hoping Annie Willis and ADA Love would get together. Fannie Love
Our jury
would
has
be an
left us.
amazing
Please be seated. Okay, counsels, consistent with the court's earlier directives, before you leave, please police up your listening devices so I can go ahead and charge them. If you'll hand them to Mr. Kern so I can go ahead and put them back in the chargers. Tomorrow, 12:30, for an anticipated 1 o'clock start time. State, do you have your witnesses lined up for tomorrow? Have you disclosed those witnesses to the defense?
We disclosed the list of witnesses, we didn't disclose the order because of the short time.
I believe one of these mornings, maybe yesterday morning or the morning before, we did lay out who was coming up, but we can resend that email out.
Okay, I know you sent an email consistent with everybody, but can you tell the court who you're calling tomorrow?
No, we thought we did a more specific list, but yes, we are calling Officer Collins.
So you're listening, Mr. Short?
I am.
Okay, because I don't want you, the first thing you say, to repeat it all over again. I only have a limited amount of time. I got to go. All right? So, Officer
Collins.
Mary Clear. How do you spell her last name?
CLEAR, but I believe she may have a new name, maybe Karpf, KARPF.
What does she do?
She's with the GBI.
Okay, all right.
And that's going to be for Act 48 through 50, I believe. It's Trontavia Stevens, July 3rd, 2015 stop.
Okay.
And then we'll have Douglas Evans, who tested the marijuana in the cases that have previously went this week.
Okay.
Then we have Officer Fikes with a
They are still rehashing cases from previous of this week. And yeah, that's about it for day 8. Week 2, day 4. Yeah, that puts us past the day 8. Tomorrow is day 9. That will start approximately 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will, at 11 a.m., I will cover the Trump RICO hearing from last week, I think. So you can get somewhat of an understanding about what happens pre-trial in RICO hearings and compared to what they have here and in this trial. And we will be going with that until I see that this trial starts again. Then I will send you over to that trial stream. And yeah, that's about it for me. Thank you all for joining here. Thank you all for sticking around. Thank you for allowing me to try to guide you through this trial. Thank you so much. I will see all of you back here tomorrow. Bring friends. All right? Thank you all. There. Bye-bye.